pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. This is Monday, May 6th. If you have any questions or comments, come up to the microphone over here and give us your name and address. Tell us what's on your mind. Could I have the roll call, please?
Mayor Cedar.
Here.
Councilmember Galler.
Here.
Councilmember Koufa.
Here.
Councilmember Laforte.
Here.
Councilmember Paul.
Here.
Councilmember Volz.
Here.
Councilmember Watt.
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll go to consent agenda number 4. City Council minutes of April 15th and May 1st, 2024, regular and special meetings. Recommendation approved.
Make a motion to approve as presented.
Support.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, let's go to proclamation. I have a National Police Week and Peace Officers Memorial Day. I'm going to read this proclamation, print this to the chief. That'd be all right. I'm going to present this to you after I read it. Okay. Sit tight. You'll be all right. National Police Week, Peace Officers Memorial Day. Whereas the Congress and the President of the United States have designated May 12th to the 18th, 2024 as National Police Week and May 15th, 2024 as Peace Officers Memorial Day. Whereas the members of the City of St. Clair Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of all those residing in or visiting St. Clair. And whereas it's important that all citizens know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their local law enforcement agency, and that members of the City of St. Clair Police Department recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence and disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppressions. Whereas the men and women of the City of St. Clair Police Department unceasingly provide a vital public service to this community, it is important to always remember Police Chief John D. McDonald gave his life in October 1962 while serving and protecting this community. Now therefore be it resolved that I, William Cedar Jr., Mayor of the City of St. Clair, Michigan, along with members of the St. Clair City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 12th to 18th, 2024 as Community Police Week and May 15th, 2024 as Peace Officers Memorial Day. Chief, could I have? Yeah. I'll say a few words. Okay. Chief asked if he could say a few words. I said yes.
I just thank you for this. This is a week that is special to us because we honor those who kissed their loved ones goodbye and didn't come home. And in this country, probably an average of 150 to 200 police officers are killed every year, and 50,000 are assaulted every year, and not by foreign enemies, but by their fellow citizens, which is kind of ironic. But so thank you for this honor, and this is a week that we remember Chief McDonald and others. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Go to number 6. Community of St. Clair County, St. Clair Endowment Fund. McCartan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm here on behalf of the St. Clair County Community Foundation and more specifically on behalf of the Endowment Fund in the city of St. Clair to present to the city a check for $5,000 to support your efforts for the July 4th fireworks. At the committee, we recognize the quality of the request and recognize the fireworks as one of the great jewels of the city of St. Clair, so we're happy to participate and provide this check. Specifically comes from the DSLT fund, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Maybe this is a good time to direct Mr. Laporte. The fireworks committee is still looking for donations?
Yes.
Yeah,
We'll take them right up to the same day.
same day. Thank you. All right, we'll go to B, St. Clair Police Foundation Scholarship Award. Chief.
Morgan, do you want to come up here? Mayor, Council, in 2022, the St. Clair Police Foundation established a scholarship to help fund higher education for St. Clair high school students that are looking to go into criminal justice or law enforcement. And they identified it as the Chief Donald R. Barnum Memorial Scholarship to honor his 30 years of service for this city. So this is the second annual $1,000 scholarship, and we're giving it to Morgan Beidelsbacher. She's been accepted at St. Clair Community College, and tonight we officially present her with this certificate. The police department's proud of you, and I'm sure your parents are proud of you, and the teachers that recommended you are proud of you, so do well. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief. Congratulations, Morgan. I will go to C, St. Clair Police Department 2024 Citizens Academy.
This is my night. Uh-huh. I thought last year we didn't do this, but I think the program is important enough, the Citizens Academy, that I'm bringing them in front of you. So these people they've sacrificed their Tuesday nights ever since February, and just to learn how and why we do what we do. So hopefully we entertain them. I know we've gained some new friends and some new volunteers, and if they will come up, I will read their names and offer them. And if Sergeant Patchett and Ennis will come up here. John Bennett.
Thank you very much. John. Thank you very much.
Mackenzie Burns. Daniel Chitwood. Caitlin Chitwood. Robert Luther. Kenneth Fountain. Esteban Malav. Did I say that right? Malave. Michelin Natchke. Michelle.
That's awesome.
Miss Annette Sturdy.
All right.
Someone right. Justin Sturdy. Jason Thompson.
42 copies done.
I'm not here. He's on the beach.
Hold on, Miss BDU.
And Susan Zirkle.
Additional cell site.
This was kind of my dream, but Sergeant Ennis and Sergeant Patchett have taken a run with it. So would one of you like to say something, or both of you?
Yeah. So yeah, Chief Raker started this program a couple of years ago. This is our second year of doing it. We really don't know how the program's going to turn out because we really don't have a full class until week 1 or actually about a week or two before the actual academy. So we really don't know where it's going to go or if it's going to happen or not. But we always get that last big push. But this year was a phenomenal academy with a great group of students. And you got to understand that these students, they're working a job Monday through Friday, and they got to come listen to a lecture from 6 to 9 p.m. every Tuesday night. So for them just to show the commitment of showing up and wanting to learn about their police department, and we really open up our doors and kind of show them what we do as a police department, and we got nothing to hide. We want them to interact with us. Some of the things that we've done this semester is we did what they call simuation shooting, where we put them through different scenarios. It's like little paintball guns. We put them through like shoot, don't shoot scenarios. We teach them how to do building searches. We teach them about drunk driving. We teach them about constitutional law, evidence tech. So we go through a wide range of things that we do for 10 weeks. So I'm really proud of this group. They're energetic. Every week they got a great smile on their face. And honestly, they make us better being police officers because we do this stuff every day. But for us to instruct it, for us to understand it is completely different. So by them showing up every week, it actually makes our department better. So I really appreciate them showing up for the last 10 weeks, and it's been a real pleasure from all of us at the department. And we hope next year is another program with another great group of students. Good.
Would any of the students, would one of you students like to say anything, or?
I'll go up. Since my arm.
Since I slaughtered your name, you should.
Michelin. It's gonna cost you a little bit on the spotlight, so. Oh my goodness. I'm Michelle Natchke, and I am a teacher in our East China School District. And this is going to be the end of, well, I shouldn't say the end, but I'm finishing up my 22nd year of teaching. And so I think by saying that, I have the street credit to rate this program, and I give it an A+, because, because, when they had us on the first day, they said that when they are teaching us, it reignites that spark that made them decide that they wanted to become police officers in the first place. And I see a lot of parallels between teaching and police work. When I was a little girl, I was obsessed with Police Academy, and I went and, toured the station, and I wanted to be a police officer, and my parents encouraged me, no, it's dangerous, you gotta be really tough. So I became a teacher, which, as we know, can be dangerous, unfortunately, and can also be tough. So I think Sergeant Ennis really gave you all a good rundown about what they offered in the program, but I would really like to talk to you about the people of the program. And, we tried on their gear, and it's heavy. How many pounds? 29 we said? What did you guys say it was? 30 pounds of gear. So they are not only literally holding this weight on their shoulders, but they're also figuratively holding a weight on their shoulders, and that is to protect and to serve our communities. And I've always had a great respect and admiration for the police. I've always been on the good side of the law, though, so, that might change, but, like, what do you have planned, Michelina? But anyway, well, first, he revealed my alternate name, so now I've blown my cover, but no, I'm teasing. But I could stand up here, and I know we don't have time. The music is going to start probably pretty soon, like at the Grammys. But they are mentoring children, and they are checking on senior citizens, and they're helping middle-aged women who come crying into their police station when their neighbor is bothering them and she doesn't know what to do. Or that time when that lady, or that time when that guy, or, so they are doing more than just arresting, and, they are mentoring. And for them to take the time out, they will come in their regular clothes, and I know they're coming on their nights off to teach us. So I see those parallels, they are dedicated. They're wearing that gear every single day. They're figuratively and literally having that weight, that responsibility. So we owe you all a debt of gratitude. We are huge fans of you all. We can't thank you enough. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for all the education that we received. We are better members of the community now, and you know you've got safe people in your community, and we're going to shout it from the rooftops. We want people to join this so St. Clair can be even safer than it already is. You know, and we want to build up those programs that Chief Raker is passionate about. You know, checking in on those senior citizens, maybe mentoring kids more. So we are grateful for all your support and your smiles right now, and nobody's rolling their eyes like, is this lady ever going to stop talking? My goodness. But I know everyone probably nominated me because I am the teacher and the talker, so I didn't have anything prepared either to say. This is all, you know, this was all winging it. But really, really just thank you so much. You have changed our lives, and we just owe you every bit of gratitude that we could possibly muster. Can we please just...
All right. Yeah.
Just change it now.
I know you guys love us, but you don't have to stay for this whole meeting if you don't want to. All right.
So on behalf of the city council, we are truly thankful and grateful to our police department and to the people from the academy. Don, Padgett, Chief, great job. You guys that came out and are participating, we appreciate it. We're proud of you. Congratulations. And like Chief said, if you want to escape, now's your chance. Okay, cool.
It's a school night.
Still knows how to clear a room.
Oh, drink these.
Oh, yeah, that woman.
Very refreshing when you know that if you give people a chance to leave, they will. Mr. Mason, you here on behalf of the Rotary?
I am.
Could you come up to this pulpit? I have a presentation for you. This is Jerry Mason, if everybody is not aware of that. This is a resolution honoring the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Club of St. Clair. Whereas Rotary International, founded on February 23, 1905 in Chicago, Illinois, is the world's first and one of the largest nonprofit service organizations. And whereas there are over 1.4 million Rotary Club members comprising professional and business leaders in over 46,000 clubs in 220 countries and geographic areas. Whereas on January 22nd, 1924, 32 civic-minded residents of the city of St. Clair met to discuss membership. Whereas the Rotary Club of St. Clair received its charter on April 22nd, 1924, in the basement of St. Mary's Church, with an inaugural court of 30 members. And whereas since that time, the club led notable projects such as the St. Clair Community Hospital, the St. Clair Inn, the water treatment plant, the community pool, and offers continual support of numerous other projects to move the community forward. Whereas the Rotary Club of St. Clair has embodied Rotary International's enduring motto, service above self, and for the myriad contributions to the citizens of the city of St. Clair the club has made throughout the decades, they are truly commended for this by this body. And now therefore be it resolved that the city of St. Clair City Council, congratulations to all those affiliated with the Rotary Club of St. Clair, commends the club on celebrating its 100th anniversary and grants everyone involved best wishes as they carry Rotary International's mission into a new century of service. Gary, I present this to you on behalf of the city of St. Clair.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, thank
Great
you.
to see you.
That's good to see you. You want to say a few words?
I'll keep it brief. You know, there's two lawyers here, myself and Jim Downey, and they say giving an attorney a microphone is like giving a chimpanzee a revolver. I'll be I'll be brief because the mayor did a great job of encapsulating a lot of the things the St. Clair Rotary Club has done, and we do stand for service above self. Our four-way test is it fair? Is it the truth? Will it build goodwill and relationships, and will it be beneficial to all concerned? That's the Rotary four-part test. Our club, we've got about 38 members. The most recent thing we have done in town, and you'll see it right across from LaCroix's Riverside Pub, is that we have a phone charging station, a solar umbrella on affixed to a picnic table which sits on a platform and overlooks Pine River. So when people visit Rotary Park, that's our park, by the way, with a wildlife landing, they can charge their phones or their devices or whatever. Some of it is wireless and some of it's plugged in. We also recently handed out dictionaries. So we're going to keep right on going. I think that I expect that we'll be involved in Clutcha Park. As you know, we did the Little League baseball field. I think we raised $125,000 or $150,000 for that. So the club is ready to take on another ambitious project. We will not be able to do it without members. And so I would encourage anybody in this room to come and join us. Oh, look at here, when everybody got up and left, we have our Assistant District Governor and Jim Ives here. You guys got to come up here and join me. You're not going to leave me up here by myself. We got more down here. Come on. Come on up. We meet on Mondays at the Voyager. We've had kind of a tough time because the inn closed, the Crab closed, and Mike Laporte opened up the Voyager for us, and it's just been beautiful with the staff and food and a welcome. And Mike, thanks for all you do for Rotary and the turtle races and everything. So come on to the Voyager on Mondays at noon and come to a few meetings, and if you like it, we'd love to have you as a member. And the last thing I want to tell you, and then the talent behind me are Bob McLaren, Assistant District Governor, Doug McLaren, I'm sorry, I'm thinking boat races, Doug, sorry. And Jim Ives back here, also club members. On June 20th, Thursday, June 20th, at the St. Clair Inn, we are going to celebrate our 100th anniversary. And man, we're throwing a party. Good food. It's going to be a meaningful night of club history and presentations. But at 8 o'clock, the band starts. We're going to have the Simon Vitale Show Band. We're going to have the immediate past president of Rotary Club International for the whole world at the St. Clair Inn with us that night, thanks to Jim and Diane. So you're all invited. It's $75 a ticket. It's going to be a terrific night, not just to celebrate Rotary, but to celebrate St. Clair. Because Rotary embodies the city of St. Clair. When you drive around this town and you look at the Imagination Station, we help do it. When you look at the city pool, we help do it. And that's our tradition. And so St. Clair and Rotary go together. So you're all invited to that, and I certainly hope you'll come. But I want to hand things over to some other Rotarians up here to maybe share something about Rotary or the club. Anyone? No? Jim, come on.
No, it's just, St. Clair Rotary is just a very small portion of a huge international organization. Our centennial project for Rotary International was to eliminate polio from the face of the earth. There are 4 cases of polio in the world right now. That's it. We are this close. And once we do that, we will provide multiple billion-dollar benefit to the world by eliminating any number of health issues that are related to polio. So this is our gift to the world. But as Jerry was saying, service above self is what we do. And I like to say service for self because I get far more out of Rotary than I can ever give to it. But we are grateful for your recognition of our efforts, and we look forward to the 20th.
Oh, if I don't mention that we've got turtle races coming up, Diane Ives will never forgive me. We, because of COVID, we lost our freighter raffle. And we've replaced that fundraiser with the turtle race where you can adopt a turtle for $5. We're going to race them on the Pine River. And there's some pretty big cash prizes that come with that. So that's coming up. And Diane Ives can tell you all about it, but they'll be sold.
September 8th.
September 8th is the race. But I want to do something a little bit unusual. Doug McLaren chaired the club during COVID, during the lockdown, during Zoom, during when you couldn't stand up and sing, and you had to wear a mask. And not only did he do it 1 year, but he did it for 2 because we didn't have a president, because everything just fell apart during COVID. And so we survived COVID, and we're a vibrant club bringing in new members in large part because of Doug's leadership as president of the club. I was lucky. I did the 90th year and the 100th year, right? So they said, Jerry, throw a party. Doug was our COVID president, and he did a beautiful job, and he's the reason why, in a large part, there will be a 100th party. So here's to you.
Thank you, Jerry.
We are looking for sponsors for the turtle race. Get a hold of Diane. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, all of you guys. You guys do a great job. Keep up the good work. So, I'm going to need a motion to pass the resolution for the recognition of the Rotary Club.
So moved.
Support. Any questions? Call the roll, please.
Bowles?
Yes.
Watt?
Yes.
Gottler?
Yes.
Kufa?
Yes.
Laporte?
Yes.
Hall?
Yes.
Cedar?
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, let's go to B, 7B, Resolution 2410, Alcohol Prohibition Suspension.
Sure. This is a resolution to permit the possession and consumption of alcoholic beverages in certain public places pursuant to the city code. These 4 places are outlined as Palmer Park, including all city-owned parking lots and boardwalks from M29 Bridge to the northern border of the park, which is Rotary Park. 3rd Street between Clinton and Vine. Clinton Avenue between 6th and M29, and M29 between Clinton and Vine. This is the same resolution that was passed last year and the year before that. This essentially allows during a season for alcoholic beverages to be possessed and consumed in city public places. It is important to note that this would go in effect immediately, and the consumption of alcoholic beverages shall be allowed from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Sundays, effective upon approval, and it will run through October 31st, 2024, as I mentioned, at those following public places.
Make a motion to approve.
Support.
Questions? Call the roll, please.
Gottler?
Yes.
Kufa?
Yes.
Laporte?
Yes.
Hall?
Yes.
Bowles?
Yes.
Watt?
Yes.
Cedar?
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Thank you. Let's go to 8A, City Superintendent, Mr. Bishop, anything tonight?
Thank you. I have a few announcements tonight and updates. First off, before we get started, I'd like to just point out 2 city employees that have stood out above and beyond. This is Raylan Weatherup and Angie Shonk. And so we started with a phone audit. This is a telecommunications audit sometime back. And through that audit, we're looking through savings. So these are tax savings. These are anytime a carrier in telecommunications has mischarged us for something, or we were charged more than anticipated. And so we got with an auditing firm, and I had asked Raylan and Angie Shunk to look into this, provide them certain account numbers, look into all our bills, so on and so forth. Currently, as of right now, they have tracked down about $12,000 in credits. It's major. And so when you look at it and you say to yourself, how do you find $12,000 in credits? A lot of it is because we were taxed when as a government entity you shouldn't be. Municipalities have tax breaks. And so they were able to find those. They're in constant communication as a new account comes online. They're sending those account numbers. And so what's happening is every bill now we see a credit of hundreds of dollars to our bill. And so I just want to make mention of those 2 employees specifically for the time and effort that they're putting in, staying on top of this. And the audit is reaping its rewards. And so as of right now, the city has over $12,000 in credits coming their way.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good, good.
Okay. Want to talk a little bit about streets. The Gulf Street water main, that project is almost complete. They're going to be working on Laura Street next. And what they're doing, and if you've heard about a water break or if you've heard about mishaps on the construction site, 3 things happened. The first one was they hit an unmarked water line. That one's on us. It should have been marked, and we will have it marked. We've already worked with our civil engineers to make sure that those are properly marked for the future. The other 2, that's on them. Those were marked lines. They nicked them. They broke them. So what's going to happen is at the end of the project, before we punch list out, they'll go ahead and they'll tally up time, material, all those costs, and those are applied then back to the contractor. Okay? Like I said, we're going to be working on Laura Street next. Oakwood, Hugo, and Jackson are under construction right now, and they're on schedule to complete on time, which is always good news. Beginning tomorrow, Raymond Excavating is going to be tapping the water main. This is in the industrial park, and it's going to be closest to Preferred Industries. So if you know somebody that works at Preferred Industries or management there or whatnot, they are going to have a water shut off so they can tap into the line. What they're doing is they're prepping for the closed loop system, and they're going to cap it at where the booster station is going to be. So when the booster station comes online, the infrastructure is in place. Okay. Last but not least, just want to mention that as we finish out Hugo, Jackson, and Oakwood, Aztec Asphalt is scheduled to start on 7th and 8th Street, and they're going to be working on, our DPW crew has all the catch basins repaired, the curbs are repaired, they're ready to go. And so they've checked that off the list. It's really Aztec confirming the date time with our inspector, so the inspector's on the ground when they show up, and then we're going to get those mill and fills done on 7th and 8th Street. Okay? That's what I have for tonight.
Questions from Mr. Bishop?
I have a question. What kind of timeline do we look at for maintenance of exterior of businesses or buildings? You know, when they're not keeping up with, let's say, their lawns. I mean, when does the city move in on something like that typically? Is there a timeline for that?
So it would fall under the blight ordinance, and so it would fall under code enforcement. Code enforcement would actually make a case, write the citation, send the letter, and then there'd follow-ups every week until it's been corrected. If it falls into the category of blight and they're non-responsive and we need to send a DPW crew to clean up the mess, we'll issue the bill directly to those companies.
So have we begun doing that already this spring?
Yeah, we're very active with code enforcement. We started with, we had 517, D would kill me if I didn't know this off the top of my head. It's like 517 roof permits, and so part of code enforcement is to make sure that all the roofers have their roofing permits on the site and jobs are being completed along with now blight. You know, grass is growing.
Yes.
Yep, announcements need to be made and citations are given.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else from Mr. Bishop? All right, Mr. Downey, you got anything?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
City departments, Annette, I know you have something down there.
Yes, a couple things to share with everybody. The candidate filing deadline was April 23rd. The number of accepted filings did not meet the criteria to require a primary, so the election of local offices will appear on the November 5th ballot. The annual joint meeting of Council, Planning, and ZBA is Wednesday, May 8th at 6:30, prior to the regular Planning Commission meeting. The State of the County meeting is this Friday, May 10th. The city will have representation present. Thank you for everyone who RSVP'd to that. Saturday, May 18th, be a tourist in your own town day. There's a nice write-up in the last week's Voice, so you should take a look at that. One of the extra things happening that day is collection for Wreaths Across America. There will be volunteers at both Hillside Cemetery and a table set up in Memorial Park between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. The Cemetery Board kicked off our campaign for Wreaths Across America to raise funds for Hillside Cemetery. A $17 donation will purchase a fresh pine wreath to be placed by local volunteers on a veteran's grave on December 14th as part of their national campaign. And the local Women's Life Chapter 814 has accepted this mission as one of their events and will partner with the Board of Trustees on fundraising efforts. And they will match up to $500 raised for this endeavor. So thank you to those members for seeing the value in Wreaths Across America to remember, honor, and teach. For more information on any of that, you can visit the city website or stclairontheriver.com. And lastly, the progress on the cityofstclair.com website is going well. So far, meetings have occurred with 2 well-known vendors. There's several updates that I'm really excited about, and I'm somewhat aggressive with the timeline, so I want to keep this moving and hopefully get it all done before fall. The approved capital improvement plan already includes funding for the project, but the recommended proposal will come before you for final approval, so you should expect to see that at the next meeting or possibly the one following that. But that's moving along very well. Thank you.
Thank you. D, authorities, boards, commissions, committee chairs, council reps, anybody have anything? You have no unfinished business, go to new business. A, approve purchase of equipment for St. Clair PD.
Okay. We were fortunate to be approved for radios for St. Clair PD through the St. Clair County ARPA fund. And so how this would work is We have worked with the chief and his team, and they have a quantity of about 10 radios. We have 4 going in the cars, and this includes all the charging stations. So Digicom Global 911 Inc., they're out of Troy. They made the quote. We reviewed it. We've submitted it to the county as part of their ARPA fund request. And for $36,060.56, we would approve for the purchase. If approved, I would turn around and we would fill out the subrecipient agreement with the county. I supply that, all information in a packet, and then we are reimbursed for its entire amount. It's 100%. It's essentially a grant. I have a bit of paperwork to do. That's what it boils down to. This is definitely something that's needed. And not only that, the way that encryption works on radios, it's essential because ours were outdated and these radios bring us up to speed. Okay? What I'm asking for approval for this evening is to consider the purchase of the radios so we can buy them, so I can submit them for reimbursement. Again, for the balance due of $36,060.56.
And this is coming from what fund again, I'm sorry?
So this will come from the police department. We can put it out of equipment or.
Yeah, but is it county or something?
Oh, it's the county. It's the St. Clair County ARPA funds.
ARPA funds?
Yes.
Okay. That's the money, okay. Yep.
Need a motion? So
Yes.
moved.
Support.
All right, the motion may support. Any questions? Call the roll, please.
Keller,
Yes.
Pufa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Bowles,
Yes.
Watt,
Yes.
Solid yes.
Peter.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. I want to thank Jeff Bone for all his work on that, and we are very appreciative of that, Jeff. B, approve sign variance, St. Clair High School class of 2024 banners.
Yes, Your Honor. In compliance with the process for issuance of temporary sign permits on public property, please consider approval of the request for a temporary placement of multiple banners on the Palmer Park Boardwalk railing between the dates of May 17th through June 7th to honor the St. Clair High School class of 2024.
So moved.
Support.
Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? For number 11, claims and accounts, April 18th, 25th, and May 1st. I have one question, Mr. Bishop.
Sure.
This is on page 1. Check number 58967-609, heavy equipment repair. Repairs on Truckster, $5,900. Tell me about that.
Sure, not a problem. So our Truckster, it's the main work truck at the golf course. This particular piece of equipment was dated, needed transmission rebuild essentially. Just because of the age of it and the wear and tear on it, once they started tearing apart the transmission, they found other things that need to be repaired. So it's basically, I'd call it, I wouldn't call it a full rebuild, but pretty close to it. And spoke with DPW Supervisor Bob Beath about the purchase. He said it's absolutely going to add life, and we will not have to anticipate buying anything new for a long time. But that charge, it being nearly $6,000, it was a rebuild of the Truckster.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Make a motion to approve.
Support.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go to number 12, public comment or questions. Any non-agenda items that you want to talk about tonight?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Adele Beischer, and I just wanted to speak to you briefly about the bike path on Clinton. I live there, and we have major problems. Currently, I have no steps down to the bike path. I have to walk down the driveway, and it's extremely steep. When I drive up my driveway, I am honestly looking at the sky. My car goes just like this, and I'm like this in my car looking upward. It is ridiculous. It was not that way before this was done. I need to be able to turn right into my driveway. Currently, I cannot make a right turn from town to get into my driveway. I can't make the turn. The wall's there. It's that sharp, and I have a small car. I have a Regal, Buick Regal. I can't make the turn. Nobody can. The driveway needs to be less steep. I need to be able to see when I back up. You know, it's an active walkway there. I can't see when I'm backing up. I have a huge wall to my right and to my left, and if I roll down my windows, it is so close I can touch the wall with my hand. That is how close and narrow it is. It is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. The driveway needs to be widened so that I can get up my driveway. I am currently landlocked. I normally get some dirt from Hakowski's for the garden, for the yard. They can't get in my driveway. I have no way to get up into my driveway to have them dump a couple yards of dirt for me like I normally do. I am landlocked in my own property. The width of the walls are not consistent. I mean, it's like an S. That's how the walls are. You know, they start out this way, and they get wider, and then it looks ridiculous. You know, just ridiculous. Excuse me.
Excuse me, Adele. What's
Yes.
your address?
910 Clinton, sorry. This past Saturday, I had a new stove delivered to my house. It was an interesting ordeal. I wish you could have all seen it. They could not get into my driveway, the delivery truck. They parked on Clinton. They parked on the path, the bike path. They got the stove out of the back of the truck, and they had a push dolly that most delivery people use. They put the stove on that. There were two adult men. They could not push that stove up the driveway. That is how steep my driveway is now. It was not like that before. The guys tried with the push dolly. They could not do it. And it was one bigger guy and one medium-sized man. They could not do it. They inched it back down, and they took it out of the box, and they carried the stove up into my yard. A kitchen stove. They carried it. They could not even push a dolly up my driveway. Superintendent Bishop has been very supportive with this situation. He was not part of this situation or an ordeal. He walked into this mess, and it is a mess. For 3 months this winter, I walked from the other roads, from Silk's Flower Shop, to get into my driveway. I walked. After spending a hard day's work, I walked over 3 months. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is the treatment of the citizens of St. Clair. No one asked for this. That's the thing. No one asked us. Not one person ever asked the people of Clinton Avenue if we wanted a bike path. Nothing against bike paths. I have nothing against them. I love children. I love animals. I love cats, dogs. I have no problems. But no one asked us, do you want a bike path here? It's a terrible spot. I've got leaks on the side of my driveway now from that obviously, who knows, it's probably going on my bill. There's a water spot there now. All the abuse it's taken for 3 months of them pounding and digging there, there's obviously a water leak there, I feel. Certainly it needs to be verified. This has hurt the value of my property. And I am very concerned. I recently put a lot of money into it to make it look better, to appease everyone, as I had other plans for it. But I did it to take care of things and to have peace in the community, and now I have this. I mean, is anyone stop and think what you're doing to us, the people that live there? Honestly, we live there. This is our driveway. Every day we back out to go to work. Every day we pull in. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I have not had anyone say to me how wonderful that bike path is. I wish they would, because I'm having a hard time with it, a really hard time. And I know my neighbors are too. The value of the property, again, no one asked us. The people of Clinton Avenue have been ignored. If we wanted this, we would have said, oh yeah, that's a great idea. But we never had a choice. It was thrust upon us. I mean, we all woke up one morning and there were bulldozers and cranes in our yards, and they were ripping and tearing. No one asked us. Don't we count? Don't we matter? During the winter months, just this past snowstorm, I had a very rough time getting up the yard. In fact, my neighbor, Craig and Jennifer, were witness to it. I tried 2 different times. I was swaying in my car to the right and to the left. My car never had a problem. In fact, I purchased my car on the contingency that it would be fine with my old driveway. It was, no problem. Now, I'm swaying to the right and left, and if I do anything at all, I hit the cement walls. I mean, I start swaying, I back down immediately because I was going to hit the walls. Once again, I had to walk like I have no home, like I have no driveway. I don't know how you plan on fixing this, but I would like access to my yard. I mean, I can't have a simple load of dirt from the local community delivered like I normally do to plant flowers for spring, etc. They can't get in my property. They can't drive in because I am surrounded and blocked by cement walls. I don't know what to do. Help. I don't know. One last question, and certainly that is why I ask, wasn't this brought before the people, the citizens of St. Clair, to vote on this bike path? Again, nothing against a bike path, but on Clinton and on the side you put it on? Why wasn't it brought to the people's attention? You know, should we do this? Is this a good place for it? Why? Can anyone answer that up there?
Well, when it was in the planning stages, there was a year where we had public meetings and people came in and did give us their opinion. It took a year for the committee to actually settle on a location.
They settled on the wrong side of the road. Honest.
I'm going to ask you to stop there because you're kind of past the 3 minutes.
Sorry.
I'm going to let Mr. Bishop address that because I know he's been all over this thing with you. And
Sure.
I think he can shed some light on for you.
Sure.
All right, thank
sure.
you, Adele.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Ms. Basher, before you go, you mentioned you had a comment about, people care about the citizens on Clinton Avenue. Do we care about the citizens and what they feel and where they live? And we 100% do care that you can get in and out of your home. We absolutely do care that you're able to safely navigate back and out of your driveway onto Clinton Avenue. And this is what's going to happen. It's going to be fixed. That wall's going to go away. The wall will be corrected. It's a horrible job. The contractor was sitting right here right now. I tell him the same thing. It's a horrible job. They messed up. They're going to replace it. That wing wall, they will. That wing wall that came out into your yard, one side's going to be completely removed. It's going to be fixed. The steepness of your driveway, we're going to make sure that it's at grade. And if it's not to what it was or better, they're going to redo it. Okay?
Yes.
So this will be fixed. So what had happened, and we have heard, and we have been at home visits, we've taken phone calls, I've answered numerous emails, and we'll continue to do that until it's absolutely done. And when it's punch listed out, everybody's driveway, everybody's approach, the curb cut, the walls, the retaining wall, it'll be correct. Because it is on Clinton Avenue, and it's a thoroughfare, and everybody from whether you live on it or drive on it or just travel through town, they have to look at it. And we're going to make sure when it's done right. Where it is today is not right.
No, it's not.
We'll make it right. We'll get it done.
I hope so. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Adele.
Thank you.
Good evening, Phil Lundman, 902 Clinton. I happen to be Adele's neighbor. and I support everything she said, but I think you've heard enough from me that we don't need to discuss the bike path anymore. As much as I'd like to, I could go on for forever, because it's been a total nightmare for the residents along Clinton Avenue. And I know there was polls taken that, well, these people all support it and whatever. They don't live on Clinton Avenue. If you'd have polled somebody on Clinton Avenue, you'd have found out. And if you recall, I told you earlier on when we talked about the grade, and I went head-to-head with the engineer and told him, you can't make that grade on the city easement. The only way you got away with it is we gave you an easement. Otherwise, you'd be worse. So you inherited a nightmare, but you voted for it. You got to live with it. We got to fix it. Thank you, Mr. Bishop. Appreciate the support. We're getting there. Why I'm standing here tonight is, I guess it's a spin-off from the bike path, but not really. In front of my home, right on the corner of 9th and Clinton, the road is sinking. Every time a vehicle or a large truck semi goes by, my house shakes. I've already had to fix the wall one time because when you had the construction going on out there, because the plaster cracked. Well, I just had it fixed, and I painted the living room. I don't want to have to do it again. So if you could get DPW or somebody to come out and put something in that hole. I don't know where the dirt is going. Maybe it's just getting compact from previous digging there. Couple of years ago, DPW had to come and redo my sewer line. It's severed from the main. Well, my sewer backed up, and I had to call the plumber, and we put the camera down, and it's severed right at the main. So what was happening, the earth moved and it broke the line. I don't want that to happen again. So if you could get somebody to pay a little attention on that corner, it's extremely rough. Try it yourself and you'll see what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Thanks, Phil. Anybody else on public comment?
Frank Kleist, 1104 Clinton Avenue. And Phil just brought up something that's very important, the trucks going down Clinton. There are many semis going down Clinton every day, and they're heavy semis. My garage, I work in my garage all day. The garage shakes when they go by. So it's not like, a local delivery truck. And it may be. There's probably going to that factory, some of them, or coming from the factory. But there should be a weight limit on that road to where they have to go the other way and down Fred Moore or something. You know what I mean? Because they do. The house shakes and the garage shakes. And my house is on it's 133 years old, the house. And it's on the timbers in the basement, the big 1-foot timbers, okay? Well, you can see dust underneath them because of the shaking. So there's a lot of weight going down that road. And for a residential road, which it technically is, there shouldn't be that many trucks on a daily basis going down. So even if they're going just to that factory, they need to go the other way or something. I don't know.
Isn't that part of Clinton, no truck traffic? Or
it's supposed to be, yes.
Just with the exception of the handful of facilities that are in
the area.
Then the sign facing west, coming from downtown facing west, you can't even read it. It's so wiped out from the weather and stuff like that. So maybe a new sign might help. The other side's good. They put a newer one on the other side at Kearney, and it's right at the corner. So there's no excuse for them not to see it if they're turning from Kearney onto, Clinton. But the other one you can't see very well. So that's it.
Thanks, Frank. Anybody else?
So, good evening. My name's Jeff Boehm. I am going to give you a little update on the summer music that is going to be starting on May 24th. I just counted yesterday. I have 133 shows booked for this summer. We are going to start Memorial Day weekend. Once we get into roughly mid-June, around the 19th, we will be doing Wednesday 6 to 10, Thursday 6 to 10, Saturday will be 7 to 11, Sunday will be a noon to 4 show, Saturday night will be a 7 to 11, Sunday will be 2 to 6. Also, right about the same time, Some of you probably got the opportunity to see it. There's the elevated fishing pier that's right across from LaCroix's Riverside Pub. We had music playing over there from 5 to 9 on Friday, Saturday noon to 4, Sunday noon to 4, with kind of to welcome the boat traffic, as crazy as that sounds, but once they come into the marina, how you doing? Welcome to St. Clair, and the intent of that is when they get into the marina that people ask, hey, what's going on over there? Well, then there's more music downtown, so we're trying to get that traffic and that flow, throughout the city, and I think that was fairly successful. We will be going to the end of September, weather permitted. This event is roughly a $225,000 budgeted event. This is year 5. I think it's drawn some nice traffic to town. I get it, sometimes the noise and some of the other little issues we do have, where people park where they're not supposed to. You're gonna have some issues when you're throwing 133 events. Some of our bigger events, boat race weekend, we are actually going to do a country hoedown. Much as I can't stand country music, full disclosure, but a lot of people come out. That's going to be the first weekend in August. We hired Alan Turner, who actually has a lot of connections in that world. We're going to be bringing in mechanical bowls, actually line dancing floors, individuals. That'll be in the first weekend in August. So working on some pretty cool stuff down there. So any questions on any of the music at all?
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah, I go. Get up there.
Oh, boy.
He wants to ride the mechanical
I think so. Yeah. The music is a wonderful thing for St. Clair. Nobody likes music in this town more than me. However, when you can hear it so far off the main street, it gets to be, your ordinance calls it a public nuisance. I don't like to complain, but nobody's speaking up, and I think there's a lot of people that enjoy sitting on their back porch, maybe having a cocktail, and enjoying the peace and quiet. I know I can hear it at my house. I don't object to it because I just turn the fan on or whatever if I can hear it in the house. But at the risk of having this wonderful amount of money and the bands coming and becoming a public nuisance where the chief has to shut you down, I remember when at the boat race when we had Fun Fest there, I told Joe numerous times, that band's too loud. It sounds like they're playing out right across the street from you at my house, and I'm 10 streets off the river. So keep it in mind. Maybe if you put the band up under the roof and aim to Canada, nobody would hear it in town. Just
I'm not going to argue when the wind's blowing. Let's face it, when the wind's blowing and it's blowing in that direction, it doesn't take much for that to travel through town. I know you're right in the middle of it. We'll have to then dial it down too. You can always,
just as long as you realize people. I'm hearing some people talking about it. Say that damn music is becoming in Nashville up here. Well, St. Clair's always had the reputation for being a nice, quiet little neighborhood town. And it's, again, music's a wonderful thing, but just kind of keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't become a public nuisance. So there is an ordinance on it, so.
Thank you, Phil.
I looked it up to make sure.
Thank you.
But just because, but it is nice to have music in town, but again, just keep an eye on it if you.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. All right, any other public questions? Let's go to number 13 then, Mayor and City Council. I have a few things. Speaking of special events, May 17th through May 19th, Marble Eye Tournament?
Yes, yep. Tickets are available. There's a really good Facebook page where you can find information and rules. They'll be available up until the 4 o'clock on Friday the 17th, which is when the tournament itself starts, and people can fish the whole length of the river. The tickets are $10, and you don't have to be a fisherman to buy a ticket because we have a lot of prizes that we're going to raffle off, from e-bikes to televisions and gift cards, and the list is growing and growing, and we keep adding stuff to that. We will sell the tickets for the non-fishermen after the start, right up until noon on Sunday, when we draw the prizes and also award the winning anglers. There's about 25 cash prizes for the winning anglers. And that will be done also at noon at the marina. So it's a busy weekend in town with the tourists in your town. And while you're making your rounds, stop in the marina and see the big fish and meet the fishermen and all of us that are helping with that. And it's the 23rd year of that event. And it's going strong, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you. Good job. May 18th, be a tourist in your own town. May 18th, Hillside Cemetery Open House, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And May 19th is the St. Clair High School Senior Cruise. Thanks again to Jeff Bowen for all you do for us. Thank you. Anybody else have something? Great.
Hearing nothing else, Your Honor, I make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Have a good night, everybody. Be careful out there. It's crazy.
To